Well, when I need to give me the logo so I can get a shirt made, you know, and
Yeah.
and I script it and I make sure everything needs to be professional.
Okay, so
And it's
everybody
not
stop for a
automatic.
second. Everybody stop. Dr. Liddy, do me a favor. Okay, this is perfect. Charles, stop for 1 second. I don't know if you can see your screen.
I see it.
Wait, hang on 1 second. I have to turn off my YouTube. I just put us in YouTube and I don't know how to turn the sound off. All right. So this is a perfect teaching moment. I did this with Charles as well. So Dr. Liddy, do exactly what you were just doing. Okay, so stop. So here's what's really important. You can see your screen, right?
Right.
You should never do this in the box of your screen. It looks ridiculous. It looks, if I did not know what you were doing, you would frighten me to no end. Nobody can see what I'm doing below. You don't even realize I'm not wearing pants, right? Just kidding.
Thank you for that.
But so take this and do it down below the screen and wind it up. So now nobody sees it. I watched Kirsten do it today and it freaked me out. She was right there like in front of her face. Stop, you're freaking me out. So number one, and then give it a little tug so that when you bring it into screen, it looks like this.
And Liddy has her hands on the strings, not on just.
I know, because I teach you when to wind it. That's what she's doing.
Oh, so can I say that again?
For argument's sake, move your chair away from the screen. And I want you to wind it up however, let me see it. Let me see you wind it. Okay, so stop. Now did you watch the video on how to wind a spin gym?
No.
This is the biggest problem because people think they know how to do this. So the first solution is, hang on, let me just promote Jake really fast. The first solution is, and it's okay if you hold the string, Barbara, because you can do it in a small space.
Oh,
You have
okay.
to hold it 6 inches apart. Okay? So now I'm going to go away from my face at an arm's distance, and I'm going to wind it, but look how close my hand is.
Right.
I'm going to wind it all the way until it's wound.
Yeah, see, I do that, but my hand is out here
on the string. That's okay, but when you go to pull it, you have to move your hand. Keep your hand here to the rings itself.
Right.
See that? And now watch, I'm away from my face. I don't know why Jake's not promoting. Hang on 1 second. Promote to panelist. There he goes, hopefully. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna give it a tug and release, but you're not gonna let it sag. See that? It doesn't sag.
Right.
Go, Liddy, go. Okay, look at me, stop. No, Liddy, you gotta see what you're doing. This is what you did. You did this and it sagged. You did this and sag. If it sags at all, it will stop.
Okay.
So it is wound up, ready to go. Now watch again. I'm going to give it a hard tug and mine does not sag. Look at your own screen. See, that's good. Don't let it sag. No sag. Come on, girl, pull. Is it wound?
No.
Okay, a couple of things, my girl. Number one, take this finger right here and push it into your belly button. And those would be your abs. That's your core, and say, hey, good morning. Why can't Jake get promoted? I don't know what's going on. There's Jake. Okay, so you need to understand that this is your belly button. You need to sit up. Here's the thing. I know that you are very, very smart, but I'm going to tell you, a connection from here down is vital. The way you inspire your own body, the way you pull your abs in, the way you go, I love my body, okay? So it's nice and wound, correct?
Yes.
Now stop, make sure it's all stopped. Pick your hands up so I can see you.
But it's already unwound.
Right, because Liddy, you're not, as smart as you are, girl, you're not doing what I'm telling you to do. No, you're not doing it.
She's got to put her finger.
Shh, don't tell her, no, don't say anything. Liddy, this is 6 inches.
She's still trying to wind it.
Charles, stop. Just stop. Just because she's not hearing. And it's okay. A lot of people don't, even though you can say this, they don't hear. And it's okay, because they're not used to it. This is 6 inches. This is 2 feet or 1 foot. If you pull it too soon, it will unwind. So I'm going to ask you one more time, wind it up really, really good. Okay. Now stop, but keep your hands close. You don't want it to unwind. Keep your hands close. Stop. Good. Don't do anything yet. Sit up tall. Sit up away from your seat. Squeeze your ass like you're doing a Kegel. Oh, pull your belly button in. See this? Now it's close. Now you're going to pull out and give it a tug and try and keep it together. Good. Not hard. No, no, no. Now here's what you're doing now.
It's working.
Go, 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 go. Good.
It's working.
Good. Now stop
All
touching
right.
the string. Keep going, girl. 10. Now you see that little sag there?
Yeah.
Squeeze your ass harder. Go, girl. Yes, yes, yes. That's how you do it.
Yay! Yay!
Woo!
We did it! We did it!
Yo, all right. Now, next secret. You're doing this?
Yeah.
You give it a big tug, let it come in. Yes! All right, that ignites my heart. You have no idea. So Charles, the lesson is when you're coaching, number one, only one voice coaches.
Okay.
And I say that not to be rude. If you were coaching, I wouldn't say a word because people cannot hear two voices. I've done Spin Gym now for 10 years remotely. There's an interesting phenomenon. It is a ridiculously fucking hard product if you can't get it started. Your brain goes, I don't know what she's doing. It does, it's not, what did it do? And
That
then
was
what
me.
happens, like a bicycle, daddy lets go and all of a sudden you're riding on two wheels. You're like, oh shit, I got it. So you need to know that when you show it to other people and you let them do it on their own. It's like a bicycle. Bicycles to me make no sense that a big human can sit on two little tires and not fall over. Bicycles made sense, bicycles did not. And my brain kept saying, how could this possibly work? Until my brain just had to stop and then it actually worked. So Liddy, I love what you just did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because it's the best teaching moment for everybody on the call. Right, Charles?
Absolutely.
I mean, I live with this thing and I gotta tell you, you take it every chance you get, you give it a little, oh, now see Liddy, there's no sag whatsoever. Now take that left hand and put it in the middle of your boobs and lock it to your heart. Don't move your left hand, punch. 8, come on, harder. 7, 6, don't catch your hair, good.
I
Now
know.
gently switch it to the other side and lock it like glue on your chest. Right hand on your chest, punch harder. Now, what happens when you do that, which is so exciting about Spin Gym, is all the energy goes out. If you let your hand move, it kind of dissipates the intensity of it. So watch this, keep going. But now you're gonna stop the outer arm and move the other arm. Oh, look at that. That's called a bow and arrow. Oh my God, woo! Love that, that's a different exercise. Then, here's the coolest thing about sitting at your desk. Get your tush to the very, very edge of your desk so you can lean back and not touch the back. I want you to keep spin gymming and I want you to lean back, but don't touch your back. Go 8, go 7, 6, come on, go 5, go 4, yes! 3, 2, now go higher, go 10, 9, 8, go 7, 6, don't let it sag, no sagging. See my straight line? Yeah, do that Kegel even harder. Go 4, 3, I see pounds melting off. I see arms getting sexy tight. I see you taking that scarf off because you are melting fat, girl. Woohoo! Look at Charles. That is like straight as an arrow. Go, Liddy. Oh, look at Barbara's hand. You're making my night.
Oh, I'm hot.
Yes, you're good. Yes, you are hot. This is what you do. I love that Charles did a
Yeah, I
card
do
doing
it.
it.
Yeah,
Charles,
I
don't do
love
it
doing
behind
it.
your head. Actually, Charles, do me a favor.
It makes you hot.
It makes you
It makes
hot.
you
Sweating.
hot. What? I'm sorry?
I'm sweating.
You're
Yeah.
sweating sitting at your desk?
Yes.
How's that possible?
I don't know. I need to turn the AC on.
No, you need to take some clothes off, girl. Get that scarf off.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what?
I am sweating. I've been doing this for what, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Drop the
Ooh.
mouse. Drop the mouse. That is so, yes.
Oh, I love doing it.
Yeah, even Barbara took her jacket off.
Yeah. What a difference it makes.
When
Like, I'm
you
really
start to
noticing it
feel
through
hot,
here.
you are burning fat.
And
Oh
I'm
my
breathing
God.
deeply.
You are melting calories. Oh my God.
I'm breathing deeply. Okay.
Lydia, let me ask you a question. What is your weight loss goal?
I'd love to lose 30 pounds. Love it.
Okay. And you know the number you're at right now, right?
Yep, it's 30 pounds more.
But no, I just want to know the number. I want you very clear on that number. So when you hit it, we can all celebrate.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. What is the downfall? What keeps you from being 30 pounds thinner?
I like to eat and drink yummy cocktails.
Why?
They taste lovely.
No, they don't. And actually, here's an interesting thing. Lydia, let me ask you a question. This is my favorite thing to do in life. What is more important, losing 30 pounds or yummy cocktails?
Yeah, I guess I've been making the wrong choices.
No, I'm not. You know what's funny? And this is why you come to Forbes Factor. I didn't ask you the question you answered. I didn't say that you're making wrong choices. I don't ever say the word wrong. I don't ever say the word diet because that's not in your brain. You don't want to, first of all, let's stop saying the fucking word yummy.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to share with you that as an adult human being, alcohol is poison. Sugar is poison. Sugar causes cancer and alcohol decreases your lifespan. So if you were to say you really like deadly cocktails or stupid ass cocktails, then your brain goes, well, then why would we do that? But if you choose to call it yummy, shame on you. I'm not saying a good pass or a bad choice. I'm just saying it's a fact. Alcohol is bad for your longevity. It robs your cells of nutrition. And sugar causes cancer. Cancer cells love sugar. In the absence of sugar in your system, it's almost impossible to get cancer.
Wow.
Let me share with you, this is not a joke, this is a fact. Now, there's not a company out there that wants you to hear that. We finally got companies to put on the package of cigarettes, not might cause cancer, but fucking does cause cancer. And people are still smoking. So apparently they didn't care. So if you want to die, that's fine. Go outside and do it away from me and my family. Because why don't you just take the gun and do it now and save us all a lot of trouble?
Right.
So, and I'm not joking about this. And like I said, I'm not saying if it's bad or good. If you said to me, Forbes, I don't have an ounce to lose. I love my body exactly the size I am. I'm like, girlfriend, drink whatever you want. Actually, that's not really true. But, so you have to look at me. And do you have children?
No.
Okay.
I have 10 godchildren.
All right. But what's your goal for living?
My goal for living is to make a positive impact in everyone's life that I touch.
Let me share something with you. If you, as a beautiful woman who is a professional with the word doctor before your name, choose to carry 30 pounds of extra weight on your frame, you are not making a positive impact on anyone. Because on some level, you are living a lie. And that is not the role model that you said that you want to be. How does all this register for you?
I think it's interesting. I don't think I live a lie, but I do think I could make better choices.
Well, and I don't mean to be, and I'm not saying a lie in the traditional sense, but you cannot stop calling it yummy. Now,
that I agree with. I agree with.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really what it comes down to. Because I'm going to tell you, anybody 30 pounds lighter feels better. I know that because I've carried lots of extra weight my entire life. I watched my mom who was 260 pounds. So if it's a math equation, we can change that. You got to tweak, not diet. You got to tweak the foods you intake. Right. That's exciting. It's literally, you give me the one thing you need to tweak and we tweak at a time. And all of a sudden you forget that they exist. So I'm also a hypnotist and I love the subconscious and I've specialized in the brain, which is why I'm telling you, when you say the word yummy in front of something, I want that. But I'm going to put the word yummy in front of something. Do you like chocolate at all?
I do. Okay.
So if I said to you, I want to eat yummy dog shit, what would you say?
That no sound yummy.
No, it doesn't. And it's very realistic. So I took an entire group not long ago and hypnotized them out. And by the way, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I got them to collectively agree that chocolate cake and chocolate looks a lot like dog shit. And one of the problems is when you look at a lump of chocolate cake and you start, do you ever have a dog?
Yeah.
The dog ever have diarrhea?
Yes.
And how does that smell?
really bad.
Gross.
And it's kind of runny.
Yep.
And so I want you to put that on one side of your brain. I want you to put the chocolate that you kind of love to indulge in on the other side. And now I'm going to look at the dog. So what's like one chocolate thing that you just love?
Ooh, I love the molten lava chocolate.
Oh, yes. See, that's the most like dog shit diarrhea I've ever seen. When that comes pouring out of the hole, that little lava, to me, that smells so rancid. And I can see the little pieces of corn poop, whatever it is that my dog ate. I remember that smell wafting over me. And so when you look at a lava cake, you're going to, what was your dog's name, by the way?
Wolvie.
Wolvie. When Wolvie had a little upset stomach and that came out of Wolvie's poop, it might have even been a little green too, wasn't it?
Yes.
And what was that smell?
Horrible.
I want you to now tell me about the smell of chocolate cake, lava cake, as though it was Wolfie's diarrhea. So you're going to take a fork and put it into this little thing that looks a lot like it came out of Wolfie's ass, right?
No.
No, you're not. Because when you look at that, everyone's like, oh, that looks yummy. You're like, yeah, it's yummy dog shit. Why would you say it's yummy? It's the most disgusting thing on a plate I've ever seen in my life. I cannot, in fact, I walk past the market and I see all these chocolate concoctions. And when people say, oh, that looks so good, I'm like, dog shit doesn't look good. It doesn't. It looks like caramelized dog poop, or it looks like dog poop with icing on it. Oh my God, that's disgusting. And so it's almost physically impossible to want to put a fork into dog poop. You're like, oh God, no. Oh no. And so I will leave you with that thought.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And the next time you see this piece of chocolate that you really want, I just want you to go, oh, fuck Wolfie. Oh God, no, that wolf. And say, wow, yummy dog shit. And just see how your body reacts to it. Because here's the cool thing about my world. One, don't ever diet. I don't tell you to make better choices. I'm going to tell you, if you looked at a lava cake right now, you don't need to make it. I'm going to throw up just thinking about it. I literally just got like,
Do not throw up. Don't you do that.
No, I definitely got throw up in my mouth. I don't have to make a decision when it comes to that anymore, because I cannot stand the smell of it. It looks to me, I don't have to make a choice. I have to go, no, please don't put that near me. And if you need me to do a real hypnosis session with you where you will never, ever, ever be able to do this, because it's no longer a choice. That's the way I want to live, because left to my own free will, I'd choose all kinds of things that are satisfying, because I'm not always eating. I'm stuffing down some emotions.
I'm an emotion stuffer, and I drink Diet Coke. And that's the one thing I still have not been able to stop.
Well,
drinking.
it's because, Barbara,
Yeah.
you don't want it bad enough.
Yeah.
And so now the question is, and that's what we can do in this session too, is how old are you?
I'm going to be 70 in May.
Okay, my parents both died at 70 because they refused to stop smoking.
Oh, wow.
They believe it would kill them. And so they lived their life. And then when my mom passed away, my dad did stop. He died really fast, I think, because the nicotine withdrawal gave him lung cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what I would do for you.
Okay.
I would go grab a can of motor oil and I would sit it next to the Diet Coke.
Okay.
And right before you're ready to taste a taste of Diet Coke, which is ridiculously addictive. They do that to us.
Yeah.
That is a horrible company. I am also addicted. It's horrible, okay? But it is designed to eat away your intestines.
What?
The same company that wants to sell you pharmaceuticals and drugs to cure your cancer. So you have to tell me and yourself going, you know what? And we're not going to do this right now because it takes a little bit longer than this, but we can stop that because you get to, and this is how you key into how amazing your brain is. Right now, when you take a sip of that, your brain releases dopamine or serotonin or all the things that addiction does, because you know it's not good for you. So it's not that
I know. Yeah, I know it's not good for me.
So you need to do what's called a system override.
Okay.
And you need to sit down and write down all the reasons that you want to live to see your 75th birthday as a healthy human being.
Okay, that I have. I've just done that, in fact. Okay.
What are some of the reasons?
Oh, that I want to dance at my great-grandchildren's weddings. My dad
Okay,
was...
so stop. I would like to see a picture of them. I'd like you to actually take a picture of your grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
This is how you do it. It's actually a very simple formula for change, and it's always the same.
Okay.
You have to make what you want so important and so powerful that you override the addiction. Because
Oh, got
one,
it.
you put
Okay.
motor oil there and you start to smell it and go, wow, I'm not going to drink the motor oil, are you? And literally put two things next to each other. You really, really want to stop. The deal is you got to really want to stop. If you do that and you're like, before you grab that DC, we're not going to give it a name anymore,
Right.
grab the motor oil and say to your brain, we can't drink this, right? You
Right.
wouldn't drink, would you?
I wouldn't. No.
What if I paid you a lot of money?
No.
Why not?
No.
It would
It's bad
kill
for
you.
It would kill me.
It would kill you, but you know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
So now I want you to put a little Diet Coke label on this can of motor oil. You have to do this if this is what you want to stop.
Okay.
And before you grab that, which you know is like, it's tied to all these things in your brain, grab the motor oil and say to your brain, oh shit, no, we don't drink this. And then you put even put it into a Diet Coke can. Obviously,
Oh, that's a good idea. All right.
And go to grab the can and tell your brain's going to say, shit, don't do that in a panic mode.
Okay.
Try lifting it up and see what your brain does to itself. It's going to go, shit, Barbara, don't do that. And all of a sudden the things are like, all right. It's like you're holding it hostage. We're going to hold Barbara's life hostage for a moment.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm not. Don't drink it and try to drink it and see what happens. You will be at war with yourself because your conscious is going, shit, your unconscious is going, no, stop that. No, don't do that. And then put it down and take a moment. Then go grab a glass of water. Because addiction is like a guy with a gun holding it to your grandson's head. What would you do to save your grandson?
Right.
You'd do anything.
Anything.
You would forego pleasure for the moment. You go, you know what? I don't really need this because my kids matter too much to me. Nothing tastes as good as my kids.
Right.
We used to say nothing tastes as good as fit feels.
Right. Or slim feels. Yeah. That's how I've lost my weight. I've lost 30 pounds, a little over 30 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the secret, guys, is that you can't call it yummy anymore. You just go,
Right.
it's like saying yummy dog shit. You would never do that.
Yeah.
You just assign things because it didn't really matter enough.
Yeah. Yummy motor oil.
Yummy motor. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, Barbara, I have to do the same thing with DC because I am addicted as well. It's a horrible addiction.
Yeah.
And so here's
That's
the
it.
thing
You know
about
what?
your brain.
A friend of mine was an alcoholic, and he always said, one drink's not enough and 20 is too many. And that's kind of how it is, like one's not enough and 5 later are not too many.
It's a weird thing in life, guys. You get to make this decision. Every once in a while, I'm like, there's things I don't want to give up because I'd like to live my life. Like I watched the movies about chicken and beef and food and how horrible it is for us and how we're raising it. And every once in a while, my brain says, how I don't want to be a vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for a while and it was challenging. Okay. So I wake up and I say to myself, I know this is not great for me. I'm very conscious of what I'm doing. I'm always conscious whenever I eat meat. And then sometimes I don't want it. It's like, oh, fuck, I just don't want it. But it's hard. It's hard to be social. I know all of those things to be true, but I know how you mess with your head.
Right.
And it is about a strong want, a strong why, and then there's some tricks that we play, and anything that you want is possible. Lydia, let me ask you a question. If I gave you a lava cake right now, how do you feel?
I don't want it.
I know you don't. I don't want it either.
Yeah. Sounds gross.
Let me share something with you. When I actually did this hypnosis with my group, I used to have about 30, 40 people online. 2 of those girls came to an event of mine. They came to my Forbes Factor here. It was somebody's birthday. We actually had chocolate cake. And I said to them in front of everyone, I said, do you guys want cake? Like, no. Now, the problem with that is everyone in the room thought maybe they never eat cake. So I told them the story. And then I asked for a $100 bill. And I know they like money. I said, I'll give you $100 to eat it. And they both were like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Because a $100 bill is not going to let you eat dog shit, not going to let you eat motor oil.
No,
Didn't matter.
right.
The money was irrelevant. And people are like, take the money. They're like, we can't. That's how powerful your brain is.
I'll do it. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put a price tag on that Diet Coke.
Just, you know what? Take a picture of your grandson and put a gun. And I'm not kidding about how freaky weird you're going to have to get to break an addiction. But it's actually kind of fun when you think about it, that's all you have to do is pretend.
Right. Because that's one of the things I teach. Your brain doesn't know the difference between reality, what's real and what's not.
No, it has no idea.
It has no idea.
Jake, have you ever done any hypnosis at all? Sound, unmute.
I haven't, Forbes.
Oh my God. All right. You know what? We should need to do this as an evening because you guys have no idea how much fun this is and how it changes your perception of reality. So I studied hypnosis as part of my NLP training, which is one of the things I might start putting online and do live because I love this stuff. Went through all the training, and then you actually have to go my road. We went to Vegas and participated in a couple of shows. And if you ever get a chance, you're in the world of a hypnotist, go get hypnotized because it's fun. A couple of things you need to know. No one can ever hypnotize you to do something you don't really want to do. Oh, it's weird because your brain is cut in half. There's the conscious side here, and there's this unconscious side. Well, here's the crazy thing. Your unconscious brain has no sense of humor. What does that mean? Well, once you get somebody in a trance and you say, I've done this, you can't remember the number 3. I've had people go 1, 2, we'll try 4. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And I'll say to them, did you come in with 6 fingers? They're like, no. Consciously, they know they don't. So they look at their own hand going, what just happened? Well, let's try it again. 5, 4, 2, you have an extra finger. How's that? And a college educated person is looking at their own hand going, I don't understand. Well, it's because underneath their subconscious is going, we just said we don't know the number 3. Now, if they really, really, really wanted to, but they're being nice to me and they're being nice to the decision they just made. That's kind of interesting. So the philosophy goes, stop saying the word can't. You've always heard that, right? If you say you can't, you can't.
Right.
Well, that's because this is exactly what happens. Your subconscious hears you say, I can't do this. Your conscious goes, we can't. We're not. We have no sense of humor. Obviously, we can't do it. Just change the word and see what happens. Well, we can. We can? Yeah, we can. I know. Who knew we could do? And all of a sudden, you have this conversation because your 2 halves of your brain have nothing to do with each other. This one is genius. This one does your digestion, your breathing, grows your hair, makes your teeth. This subconscious shit is your conscious is like a little teeny part when you're awake and you think you're in charge. And you, believe me, you are not flying the airplane. You are a passenger on the airplane. And
That's
not
true.
only can you not fly it, but there's a lot of other parts that you're like, well, why do I do that? Well, that's your past. That's other people's opinions. All these things influence this conscious part.
Mhm.
And then what seeped down into the subconscious, Charles and Jake, since you've been in my class, is what we do. This is a very technical kind of explanation. But when I ask you guys, what's your first memory? Lydia, have I asked you that question yet?
You did.
Okay. When you get asked that question, your conscious brain stops for a second and it dips into going, it's not in your conscious at all. You were not thinking about that a moment ago, correct? So what happens is you have this pattern interrupt. Your head's going, oh, shoot. Odds are you're going to look up and to the left and ask somebody a memory in their past and they'll do this. You know what that is? That's unlocking the vault that lives up here in your brain. You actually have to lose your eyes to go, oh. When you do that, your subconscious takes over for a second. It's like first memory, what's our first? And it's now looking through the filing cabinets of 40 years of crap going, she said first. Does first mean first grade? Does first mean yesterday? What does she mean by, and all of these things are firing at this thing. And it's fun to watch somebody's face when this happens because I do it all the time. And people start to, the analytical people go, well, what do you mean by first memory? I'm like, just give me your first memory. That's their conscious they're so good at the logic trying to make sense of it all. The subconscious going, got it, we know it, hello, your subconscious pops up and says this thing that resulted in a decision that you make about life that runs your entire operating system. So your subconscious knows what's going on the whole time. It's the conscious that forgot. So when you say first memory, and usually it's at age 4 or 5, when you kind of just wake up into going, there's an awareness of self that happens around 4. So I love when people say, I have a memory of being born. Congratulations. No, you don't, but I'm not going to argue with you. People, that's your conscious going, I remember when I was born no, you either saw a picture, heard a story, or making it up. What you're looking for is that 4-year-old first time you made a decision. And when you unlock that, you can see somebody's brain go, I know. They'll tell you the memory. And then you wait a second, and then you go, what decision did you make about life? And then the subconscious jumps in going, we said this. So when I asked somebody who said the word embarrassed a lot in her conversation, I said, what's your first memory? She was like at first grade or first kindergarten, and she spilled something and it was embarrassed. She said the word embarrassed and whatever happened. I asked her a decision. She said, well, you should never do anything that might embarrass you. Well, her subconscious is hardwired on that word. Is she living her life to the fullest?
No.
No, she's always hedging her bet so she doesn't get embarrassed, because that's how her hard drive is wired. When you uncover this, it's like, oh man. And once that memory seeps into your consciousness, you have a moment to change it forever. That's why, guys, I go through, and that the other thing too is that sometimes it's very traumatic to change it. You have to really go through a process. But once you let go, you get a new first memory. And then the craziest thing happens with your brain. It's like the wires that you're in your purse, they all get like this. Once you pull out one, they all kind of have to kind of unravel a little bit and reconfigure. The coolest thing is when your brain starts to reconfigure, it finds a level of happiness, a level of calm, because you let something go that you no longer want to use, but you didn't know how to access it.
That's cool.
That's my NLP.
Thank you, Forbes. Thank you.
Thanks, Forbes.
You're
Powerful.
welcome. I love this. And I will tell you that I love the study of hypnosis. I was on stage in Las Vegas at one point as a guest, and they told us that we forgot our last name. And the guy next to me, the whole group of us, takes out his wallet. The guy says, well, show me your license. And I'm looking at this and I see his first and last name, and he can't say his last name. And I'm thinking in my own brain, you're an idiot. It's right there. But he can't say it. And so big laugh from the audience. The hypnotist comes to me and says, so Forbes, what's your entire name? What's your full name? And I know damn well what my name is. My little guy's going, Forbes Riley, Forbes Riley. And when he says, so what's your name? And I'm like, it's Forbes. He's like, is there a last name? And I'm thinking, so here's what I think happened. I knew it, but I made an agreement with him that I didn't know it. And so there was no value to saying it. And so I didn't. Like I could have if I really, really wanted to snap out of it and ruin everything. But there's like this polite agreement that you don't want to do that. And I didn't. The second thing in his routine was he had a hypnosis gun, like a fake gun. And he would go, boom, no gun, right? And half the people were like, and I'm looking at them going, that's kind of silly. He goes, boom, and I'm like, and I'm thinking, that's such a goof. That's such a goof. Why did you do that? It was fun. He didn't ask me to kill somebody,
Right.
but you have this amazing imagination in your brain that you don't tap into. You can imagine being cold right now. What does it feel like to be cold? If I said, oh my gosh, it's kind of cold in here. And I said, oh, everyone's freezing. And you all agree, yeah, it's cold. You start to behave like it's cold. And you go, oh, maybe it is cold. All I can tell you is that when you unlock this treasure chest of your mind and you realize what's possible, Liddy, 30 pounds is gone in a heartbeat. And then you do this. Because Charles, what did you say right before Liddy got here?
I said that I have been consistently doing that several times a day. And this morning, every morning now when I wake up, I can feel the physical difference in my pecs, in my chest, in my shoulders, and my arms. I feel like I've been working out for years. And it feels bigger. My shirt is actually tight. And I know I didn't grow an inch in my arms, right, but they're much tighter. And I can feel it.
So the beautiful thing, Barbara and Libby, that you felt that made you guys hot is you turning your body on.
Right.
The crazy thing about Spin Gym is it works so freaking fast.
Right. But I'm up to 2 full sets through my routine. And I'm working on 3. But I have really noticed it, like just so much across here and my posture.
Thank you. That is what I live for.
I love you guys, but I'm sorry. Love you. Gotta go.
Oh,
I love
bye,
you. Gotta
Charles.
go. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Who's leaving? Charles, are you leaving?
Charles.
Yes, I gotta go. I'm sorry, but I love you. Gotta go. Thank you.
We love you. Bye, baby. I just want to say hi to Michael. I'll end the meeting for now. Charles, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hey, Michael Butler, can we hear you? Michael? Ooh. We cannot hear you, which is unfortunate, even though you're unmuted. Michael's my book publisher. Oh. Is that Michael?
It's another Michael. How are you guys?
Oh, that's
hi,
so funny. Hi, Michael. I was waiting for a different Michael. Michael, who are you?
Hi, I'm Michael from the Bahamas. I was invited by Barbara.
Oh, nice. Well, Michael, Barbara, tell me why you, that's so funny. Tell me why you invited Michael.
We connected through another group and we just hit it off the other day. And I said, you know what, I think he's just getting started in business. I said, you need to listen to Forbes. I mean, she's transformational and she just turned how I introduce myself around.
Well, I love that. So, Mike, I'm going to ask you to do me a small favor because I'm coming to the end of my meeting. They start at 7 o'clock and I'm happy to invite you. I might be doing this a little more frequently now that we're all stuck at home. Will you go to Forbes Riley at Gmail and pop me your email?
Okay, will do.
And I'll do a quick little discovery call with you. What is it that you do for a living?
I'm a detailer, but I've just graduated as a coach. Can you hear me?
A little bit louder would be nice.
Okay, I'm a detailer by profession, but I just graduated as a coach, as a life coach. So I'm trying to move towards the life coaching profession.
How's life in the Bahamas right now with the virus?
We actually just shut the Prime Minister just shut the country down today. So starting tomorrow, we have curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. So we're just waiting to see what's going to happen, you know.
Nice. I know that's kind of crazy. One of the things that we're talking about right now is, did Barbara show you what this is?
No, we hadn't got to that part.
All right. So one of the things is when you send your email, I'll send you some fun videos. This is a fitness product that I created that you can do at home, that you should be doing at home.
Okay.
That Charles just talked about how his body is changing and he's in his 70s. Liddy just started to break out in a sweat and her goal right now is to lose 30 pounds. And I said, girlfriend, between you change your brain and you add this thing to it a couple of times a day, we're creating miracles here. We're going to watch Barbara, who wants to give up Diet Coke because she doesn't want to drink motor oil. Her grandson very much, and she doesn't want to lose him because there's a gun to his head.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Michael, there's one thing that if you could snap your fingers and ask any question at all, anything you need help with or want to do, go for it.
I just have a problem with focus. Focus is a problem that I have. So if I could learn how to.
So stop. So focus is not a problem that you have.
Okay.
In fact, we have no problems. Focus is something that you want to understand better. And the way that we speak to ourselves is how we communicate with the world and to our own brain. So number one, you decided that you have a problem. How do you know you have a problem?
I guess that's cognitive. I guess just, if you know what I mean, I just,
No, and actually now you've said twice the phrase, you know. And as a verbal specialist, communication is my thing. I've actually sell on home shopping between $2,000 and $5,000 a minute. So I have to be very careful with my minutes. Never say the phrase, you know, because Michael, I just met you and I don't know. And so and I know you don't even realize you're saying it, but it belies who you are and how well you can communicate.
Awesome. Thank you.
So what you want to do, and again, to rephrase this, Liddy, this is the most exciting thing, to rephrase it to your own brain. So a minute ago, we were talking about dessert. And I asked Liddy, who formerly in another life used to love chocolate cake. Liddy, if I gave you a chocolate cake now, would you eat it?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because it is doggy poop.
Right, it smells like rancid dog shit when you look at it, yes. So in the span of about 20 minutes, we took that, and I can't wait for her to try this out. You look at that in the case, or you look at a little chocolate thing, and you're just gonna go, I can't. If you don't have throw up in the back of your mouth, like you kind of just taste it where it's like so disgusting, and then you see it coming out of his backside, just, you know how that little poop just sticks to the hair on a dog's butt, and you got to get in there and clean it. I would say, unless you want to lick that off his ass, I wouldn't, no, just go, oh, no.
I'm going to pass.
I'm going to pass.
So we are shifting how our brains think. So Michael, indulge me for a second. So if I can change, so I asked, it's funny. Now, Michael, listen to this. I know nothing about you, but I'm quite a verbal magician. I asked you if you could ask any question, or, you didn't ask me a question. You actually did a declaration and said, I have a problem with focus. There's no question mark in there. The way you might want to rephrase that for your own sanity is to say, hey, Forbes, you know, I'm working on a new business model, and I want to know, is there a secret to your success that has to do with focus?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's a very different conversation with your own brain. I forget about how it fell on us, but now your brain starts to go, oh, wait, that's different. We don't have a problem. We just want to know something we don't know. You know, I have a problem playing tennis. You know why? I don't play tennis. I don't even know how to play tennis. I mean, I've tried. I'm not a very good eye-hand coordination, so it's a problem. Therefore, I don't play. But it isn't a problem I really have. If I said, hey, you know what, Barbara, I want to go play tennis. I want to learn how. Let's go to an expert and let's focus on my tennis swing. You don't walk around going, I got a problem with tennis. I really do. I can't play. Who cares? Who cares? But that's how it sounds to me when you say I got to. So does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Good. Now let's refocus. So when you say focus, what does that mean for you?
It means if I don't get the immediate results I'm looking for, I tend to shift.
Okay, that's very powerful. So ladies, can I try a little experiment that goes back to what we talked about earlier?
Mm-hmm.
So Michael, in the few minutes that I have left before 8 o'clock, let me ask you a question. What's your first memory in life?
My first memory was
Wait, stop. Did you see where he looked?
He did.
Yes, yes, he opened the door. Sorry, Michael, I hate for you to be a guinea pig, but you're doing great. That was so cool though, wasn't it?
That was cool.
That was so cool. Michael, we love you. We don't know you, but we love you. Okay, so okay, your first memory in life?
my first memory was the day my parents separated.
How old were you?
4.
Okay, so I just want to go bingo like the duck goes, bingo, 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 you win, you win, you win. Number 1, it was negative. Number 2, it happened at what age, ladies?
4.
Magical age. Yeah, he also accessed it very quickly. So let me ask, and Michael, thank you for being part of the subject here. We will help you, I promise. What decision did you make about life as a little boy based on that memory, on that moment?
That I had to be a man at age 4.
That you what?
I had to be the man of the house at age 4.
That's not a decision that you actually made. That's a reality of what happened. A decision that you made about life. Think about it for a second, take a breath and go, huh? What might a 4-year-old make it? Was there fighting? Was it hurtful? What happened?
It was hurtful. I felt that it was because of me that they separated.
Great. Have you, so might it be that, and how has that played out in the rest of your life?
Not very well.
Of course not. Now stop for 1 second. So ladies, can you see how that decision, I asked her how it played out in the rest of his life. How old are you?
46.
So you are letting a 42-year-old memory color your life. Do you have children?
I have 3 kids.
How old are they?
21 and twins that are 9.
Would you let your 9-year-olds drive your car?
No.
But you're letting a 4-year-old drive your life.
Well, okay. I see where you're getting at it. I see where you're getting at.
So number 1, awareness. So what we did was we just had a really cool training, and I'll send you the link to the video on YouTube if you want to just see this little part of the training. It's exactly, you literally could not have better timing. And Michael, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You illustrate so beautifully what we're just talking about, like truly to a T. This might help you in your life coaching. And so, number 1, what happened, see his smile, his conscious just unlocked something in his unconscious that drives him. Now, I got to tell you, just by unlocking it, he's a very smart man. There's a new awareness about this. That's step 1. Step 2 is to delve in a little deeper to see how you feel about mom and dad and always being in charge. And you thought the problem was focus. The problem is how you treat yourself when you win. And it's a lot. It's what's nice. We can unlock this, and I will do this again. And I'll text you. Either my next call will be on Thursday or maybe before, because I'm really enjoying this. I have a lot of people I'm talking to lately, and it's fun. We're all stuck at home. But just you being awake and going, oh, I had to be the head of the house. How did that play out? So when you said it hasn't worked out very well for you, what does that mean?
Well, I felt neglected by my father.
Got
And
it.
there, right? And there was a little physical abuse by my mother.
Okay. So the cool thing is we get to deal with all that. And you know what's great about this story is, Michael? They're not happening now.
Right.
Which means that we can take memories like something on a chalkboard back there. We can erase them. We can change them. We can flip them upside down if we wanted to. But I will tell you, if you do this work with me, I will make you insanely happier.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
Look at Liddy just smiling. You did not know this was what you signed up for. You thought I would do a little spin gym there,
I
right?
was ready to do my little spin gym thing and get a little sweat going.
I got to tell you, I love this work. Michael, I do a thing called Forbes Factor Live right here in Tampa, Florida, where we actually unblock a lot of this stuff and we just get, Charles just left, but Charles and Jake know this. We make people so freaking happy. It's basically what you came to the party with was like you got on a plane with 5 bags of luggage. They don't let you do that, or they charge you a whole lot. So I actually go in there and I kind of erase the luggage so that you're not carrying any of the baggage to your next relationship, to the next project. And I'm going to tell you, for you, the byproduct is unlimited focus. Because when you get rid of the roadblocks, that's just like a symptom of what you're dealing with. All right, pop me your email.
Forbes, you're a sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you guys are awesome. Have a wonderful, blessed night. Let's stay healthy, and I'll reach out to you guys via email. Like Barbara, do me a favor, Barbara and Liddy, go to Forbes Riley at Gmail. Make sure I have your emails, okay?
Yes.
I love you guys. Good
Bye,
night.
Mark.